All right, hello guys, welcome back to my channel. This is CarChanneledTarot. Welcome if you're new here, welcome back if you are returning. We are going to be doing a what you need to know for your next 48 hours, okay? Please keep in mind to take what resonates, leave what doesn't. I'm going to be doing Aries all the way through Pisces tonight, okay? So if you would like to get a personal reading as well, available anytime. Just make sure to check my bio, okay? And read through, pretty much everything. And by the time you get done reading everything in my bio, you should know how to get a personal reading and the prices and everything, okay? So, um, give me 1 second. I am going to try to do um, tarot and oracle for each sign, okay? So this may be a longer reading, but I do want it to be more detailed for you guys as well, okay? So let's see, and I will of course leave timestamps at the end of the video, okay? Hopefully that's not too dark, is it? Oh well, okay. Let's see. But yes, I will be doing tarot and then oracle for Aries through Pisces. All right, so that being said, let's get started. Let me move this out the way. And I will be leaving timestamps afterward, okay? So watch for your sun, moon, rising, or Venus, or your north node, or if you know your birth chart very well, you can absolutely watch for your placements, okay? So we're gonna start with Aries, okay? Welcome in, welcome in. Make sure to like the video upon arriving here. All right, so Aries is going to start at 250. All right, let's see. Mm-mm-mm. All right, let's see. Okay, Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. What is going on for you? Okay, the sound is good. All right, just had to double check. Okay. Whoa, welcome in. What does Aries need to know for the next 48 hours? What does Aries need to know for the next 48 hours? I am going to change this because it seems a little bit dark. I think we should stick with the pink. Okay. Let's see. Aries, some of you guys could be wearing pink in the next 48. But Aries, I feel like some of you guys are going to be having to make a decision, okay? Or you're going to have the option between, I'm hearing up to three people or up to three different situations, okay? In the next 48 hours. So Aries, I feel like, let's see what this is about. Yeah, I feel like you got options, okay? But a lot of your options, if you are dating around or whenever this resonates for you, you might be realizing that you really only have like two options, okay? So say you're dating around casually, whatever, you could have a whole roster, man or woman, but you're realizing, would you actually take all seven of your people on your roster serious? Probably not, okay? So I feel like you really have your eye on at least 1 to 3 people or one or two options, okay? So let's see what is going on for Aries. Yeah, that's the truth. Okay, so we have the Ace of Swords here as well. Someone also could be communicating with you, or you could be reaching out to somebody after not speaking for a while. Or maybe the person that you have on your mind specifically is someone that maybe you haven't heard from them or they haven't heard from you in a minute, okay? So let's see. What does Aries need to know for the next 48 hours? You could be dealing with an Aquarius. We have the Star card here. I also see you guys stacking your money, okay? Some of you guys could be counting your money, like actual dollar bills. Or you might want to check your bank account, okay? Or your credit score, especially if you have not in a long time, okay? There's your card. I feel like you're taking control of multiple areas in your life in the next 48 hours, Aries. Okay. Instead of staying like in limbo. Okay. There also could be a child's birthday party coming up soon. Let's see. There's your card again. Okay. What is going on for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for the next 48? I feel like maybe you don't trust one of these options, okay? Or you're side eyeing like what's really going on behind the scenes, okay? We have the Seven of Swords here as well. I feel like the person you find most attractive is the one you're kind of like wondering what are they actually up to? What are they doing? Can I really trust you? So you could be, I feel like that is the frustration you're having in the next 48. Someone that you really want, or the person you have your eye on the most, is the person that maybe you can't fully trust. Okay. So let's see. Yeah, the Eight of Pentacles, but I see you trying to work it out anyways with this person, and I do feel like you're going to be guarded towards whoever you're trying to communicate with or whoever's coming toward you because you cannot trust them fully. Okay, so let's see. Whoa. The Five of Cups. Yeah, they definitely did disappoint you in the past. Okay, so we have a lot of air sign and water sign and Aries energy here. Okay, so let's see. I feel like somebody definitely really disappointed you in the past. That is, you're in between. You're like, I want to deal with you. I'm still attracted to you, but I can't trust you. So you could be working on building trust again for somebody, especially if it's a love interest. There's going to be a lot of communication between you and this person, or you and a couple of your options in the next 48. Okay, let's see. Yeah, you guys could be trying to start over. So I feel like you already know this person. Um, and you guys could be trying to have like a quote unquote fresh start with somebody, and you're trying your best to keep it, I'm hearing cool. Okay, you're trying not to act too, you're trying not to act crazy, you're not trying to start any fights or whatever. I'm hearing agreeing to disagree. Okay. um and I feel like, yeah, you already know. Okay, we have the High Priestess. You technically already know this person's ways, the way they act, the way they have treated you. Okay, and keep in mind, I always tell you guys, if they can do it once, they can definitely do it again. Okay, especially if it's something negative that they did to you. So I feel like you guys are trying your best to trust your intuition when it comes to a certain person or a couple of your options. Okay, you're trying to make the best choice. All right, let's see. I feel like you definitely still want to deal with this person though. But the devil, look, okay, the devil, you can't fully trust him, all right? And the Chariot at the bottom of the deck here. So I do see there being forward movement between you guys, okay, or between you and a very specific person that you have on your mind. This could also be a Capricorn or a Scorpio placement. I do feel like you guys will have forward movement. Let's see where that's going to go, though. Okay, we're going to pull some Oracle now. Make sure to like the video, subscribe if you have not already. Okay, welcome in. Let's get some Oracle. Let's see, where is this connection going to be going? And what else you need to know for the next 48 hours, Aries. Whoa, okay. Fear of loneliness. Okay. Aries, some of you guys are afraid to be alone, or you could be fearing letting go of your other options in case like something goes wrong with the person that you want things to go right with. Okay, does that make sense? So let's see. Storm warning. Okay. So what's going to happen next between you and the person on your mind? There could be some drama, okay, in the next 48, especially if you are dealing with this person that, you have history with and that you can't necessarily trust. There could be some drama. Something from the past definitely could be resurfacing, or someone might bring up something from the past that is, on their mind, or you might do this, okay? So flip it how you need to. Some of you guys also need to make sure that your car payments and your car is all good, okay? in the next 48 hours, okay? Because someone might have you know, you don't want to get your car taken, right? So make sure your payments and everything are on time in the next 48 hours, okay? Let's see, let's get a few more. And we have trash, okay. Okay. You might feel like this connection kind of ends up being a waste, okay? And I'm like, we had the high priestess earlier, Aries placements. So I do want to say, whoever you're focusing on, you knew you couldn't trust them. You knew, what was possible. You knew that they possibly could do the same thing again, and that may be happening, or, you're going to feel like you're in denial, or you could be realizing that you were in denial about how someone has been treating you, and the fact that they could definitely do it again. Okay, maybe you were being a little bit optimistic, hoping for a fresh start or a better start with this person, but there might be something that they do or say, or the way they react when you say something to them. um, it's going to remind you, oh yeah, you haven't really changed. Okay, so something like that definitely could be going. Look at, okay, confirmation. Is she psychic or is she psychic? We got denial. I was about to say denial is a river in Egypt, okay? Because look, we got the river here, and denial came out as well. So I do feel like you guys are in denial, or you're realizing that, maybe you were a little bit too optimistic about someone who is just not shit. Okay, let's see. Sneaky link. Okay. This could be your sneaky link, or someone that you hook up with, or that you sneak around with, or something like that, something low key. Um, so yeah, this definitely could be someone that you weren't necessarily committed to, or currently you're not committed to this person, but you guys are trying to have fun at the same time, okay? Let's see. This person could invite you out, okay? Or this could happen on a night out with your sneaky link, okay? In the next 48. Keep in mind my readings are still timeless, so, you know, take it how it resonates, and let things play out. Someone also could be in school, okay? And I also feel like someone has made progress. I want to say as a human, like they've grown a little bit, but at the same time, they have not. Okay, they still have their toxic ways, they still have their manipulative tactics that they do. So just be careful, okay, Aries, in the next 48, if you are deciding to reconcile with an ex or some ex situationship, sneaky link, whatever you want to call it, okay? Um, and look, we have comparison reversed, okay? So I do feel like you could be trying, at first, you could see like, oh my God, like, things are going well. Maybe maybe they really have changed. Oh my God. And then you're going to realize, oh, like their mask is going to start to slip, okay? So that is what I got for Aries. Let's go to Taurus. Make sure to like the video. I will leave timestamps afterwards so you guys can watch for your placements, okay? Welcome in, welcome in. We are about to go to Taurus. I'm hearing patience, patience, okay? Taurus, you might need to have patience in the next 48 hours, okay? Let's see. Someone's name could be Patience too. One second. I gotta remove this stuff. There's so much going on over here. Okay. Taurus. Make sure to watch for your placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. And if you guys would like a personal reading, make sure to check my bio. Those are available anytime. Okay. Let's see. All right. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for the next 48 hours. What is going on for Taurus? Placements. Next 48. Okay, so you guys could have Aries in your chart, or you could be dealing with an Aries. You may have a decision to make in the next 48 hours. Yeah, definitely. Okay, we got the Two of Pentacles and the Two of Swords. Okay, you also could be trying to block out, I'm hearing the haters. Okay, somebody could be hating on you or something like that. Or that's what you should do if anybody is giving you any type of difficulty in the next 48 hours. But Taurus, I feel like you guys you're like refusing to see the truth about a situation, okay? Especially if it's either a family situation or a actual like commitment that you're in. Okay? So make sure to don't turn a blind eye to certain things that you definitely need to look like directly into, okay? Pretending that something doesn't exist does not make it not exist, okay? Pretending that something's not there doesn't make it not be exactly where it is. You know what I'm saying? So don't stay in the middle to try to keep the peace, okay? That will only make things more difficult, okay? Let's see. Whoa, okay. Some of you guys could be dealing with a water sign, don't have to be. I do feel like you have a lot of feelings for somebody, Taurus, okay? King of Cups, Ace of Cups, or someone has a lot of feelings for you. So take it how you need to. But I do feel like something is you want something new, or you're ready to spread your wings and go somewhere else, try something new. And I feel like you may be in a commitment, or you're tied to something or a certain situation. It could be work too, okay? Um, you guys are figuratively stuck somewhere, and you're trying to figure out, okay, how am I going to get out of this? I have to face the situation now. You know, I can't keep ignoring this anymore, okay? So let's see. One second. All right, Eight of Pentacles. This could be about work too, or something to do with your money, or you've been trying to make something work, but I feel like you just really want to focus on yourself. So, do you even really like this person that much if you're this indecisive about staying in this connection? You got to ask yourself that, okay? Let's see. The Knight of Swords. Okay, so this could be a very in and out connection that you're dealing with, okay? Or this is something very fleeting, okay? Um I do feel like you kind of feel passion for this person, and then it kind of like quickly dwindles. So I don't think you really like whoever this is, Taurus. That's why I'm saying that. I feel like they could have material things, okay, and that's why you stick around or something, but you don't actually care for them, okay? Let's see. The Devil. Could be a Capricorn, doesn't have to be. I feel like this person could also like bring the worst side out of you, okay? Like, watch for your placements, by the way. But whoever this is in the next 48, you're realizing I can't do this anymore, or I can't be around you. Like, it's not working. Something's not working, and you have to face that in the next 48 hours, okay? So let's see. Someone's hairline could be receding too, okay? Man or woman. You could also be dealing with a Pisces in the next 48. But you feel stuck. Yeah, we have the Hangman and the King of Swords. You're detaching emotionally, or you already are detached emotionally from this situation. Okay, so whether it's love or work, you're already mentally checked out. Okay, so yeah, like I said, and the Sun reversed. I don't think you really care for this situation or person anymore, and that's okay. But you got to make that final decision on what you're going to do when you walk away. Okay, or to walk away. Let's get some Oracle in the next, or for the next 48 for you. Welcome in, welcome in. I just heard you ain't a man, you ain't a man. Okay, you could feel like somebody's not masculine enough. Okay, if you're a woman or man. Let's see. What's going on for Taurus placements for the next 48? Bad choices. Okay. Communication, seek help. Yeah. Okay. Taurus, I feel like maybe you do need help. I'm hearing before you make a bad choice, okay? But some of you guys may need to call a friend or a family member that you trust, or somebody that can help you navigate your way through. I'm hearing your way out of this situation or this relationship. Okay, so it could be very difficult for you to, maybe you just need to hear that it's okay to leave, okay? So let's see. Yeah, justice. Things will be way smoother. You'll be way more balanced when you exit this place, this situation, this relationship. Okay, I feel like you're not even happy. And we have love won't solve your problems. Okay, it says you need to work on being independent. So I don't know what your dating life has been like in the past, Taurus placement, but if you are someone who dates back to back, or you always have somebody around you, especially romantic wise or love wise, some of you guys may need to understand that, you need to work on being more by yourself and actually by yourself, okay? That would be very good for you, especially if you've been feeling underappreciated or unloved in a certain connection, okay? Let's get a few more. Yeah, you don't see the transformation coming, Taurus, that you're about to have once you leave this toxic situation, okay? So let's see. I also feel like someone could be a bad storyteller, and they play games with you. They play mind games, or they play head games, or they purposely try to twist the narrative, okay? Or someone's doing that in this situation, and it's causing a lot of problems that are not being fixed, okay? You could be dealing with another fixed sign, so Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, and Aquarius, okay? Yeah, crossroads, okay. Didn't we just get the Two of Swords, the Two of Pentacles, and now crossroads? Okay, that you're very conflicted, and I see why. But you got to make that final decision, Taurus, okay? And if you need a confirmation that things will be okay, if you cut the cord, if you walk away, if you quit that job, things will be way smoother, okay? And you'll have a weight lifted from your shoulders, okay? So let's go to Gemini. Welcome in, welcome in. Make sure to like the video if you're in here. Let's see. Okay. Gemini, placements. Keep in mind, if you would like a personal reading, make sure to check my bio. Those are available anytime. All right, 2330. All right, so if you have Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, wherever you have it in your chart, this could resonate with you for the next 48, okay? Ooh, okay, hello. We have the Ace of Cups, okay? The Four of Cups, Gemini. The Six of Cups, okay. Hello, water sign energy here. I'm hearing I got love for you. I got love for you. Okay, Gemini, you could have love for somebody, but you're not necessarily wanting to reconcile this connection or friendship, or you don't necessarily want to go back to someone or something in the next 48, okay? But you got love for them, you don't hate them, but you don't really want to entertain it, okay? So let's see. Someone could be like a past lover, a past, you know, um, someone that you maybe had a lot of passion for in the past, or something was exciting to you. But in the next 48 hours, I do feel like you guys are going to be kind of making it's a lot of decisions going on for you guys as a collective. Um, you're finally making that choice to start anew, okay? You're making a choice to finally say, it was fun while it lasted, but I'm ready for bigger and better things. Or, I'm not saying you have to say that to this person, but you're just ready to take on something new, okay? Because something is, I'm hearing, old, okay, and it just doesn't satisfy you the way it used to, okay? Let's see. Some of you guys could live near a factory or something like that. Yeah, the Four of Wands. This could be someone you were in a relationship with, or that you spent a lot of time in the house with, or something like that, okay? I'm hearing, hey, ladies. What the fuck? Okay. Gemini, you could just be, yeah, oh my God, the Knight of Wands. Okay. You want to explore, or you want to, yeah, you could be wanting to explore your options, but not this new person. I mean, not this old person. Okay. You could have a new person that you just aren't fucking with either. Okay. So you want to have your pick of the litter or whatever they call it. Okay. Let's see. The Hangman. Okay. Some of you guys could be dealing with a Pisces. And the Five of Pentacles. Yeah, something hasn't really progressed the way maybe you thought it would. And that's why you're trying to let it go. Okay. You don't hate them, but you don't want to entertain it anymore. Okay. Some of you guys could have a child or children, and some of you guys have a newborn baby, okay, or a baby on the way. I'm seeing somebody outside with like their child. Okay. I don't know what that's about, but somebody's outside with their like newborn baby in the nighttime. Three of Cups. You got options, Gemini, or you're about to, okay? This is not the first time I've picked up on this, but it's coming out again, so I am going to mention it. Someone needs to keep their children away from the party life, okay? This is a baby. This is a child. Someone is bringing their children around literal like drugs, alcohol, party scenes, or they're having house parties or something like that. Somebody, man or woman, is doing that. I keep picking up on it. I don't mean to, but if it's coming out, it's coming out, okay? So please be better. If you are a parent or if someone around you is doing that, keep you don't need to smoke around your children. You don't need to drink around your kids, okay? Especially if they're under the age of 18. 18 is an adult legally, so you know what I mean. Let's see. Somebody needs to be careful. The Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so you guys are definitely single. You guys are being single. You got plenty of options. Okay, some of you guys could be dealing with a Sagittarius, or you could have that in your chart. I feel like something also in the next 48 Gemini is going to move very quickly. Okay. Okay, Gemini, you can have all the options you want in the world or whatever, but someone, to each their own, right? But you don't need to bring around your love interests around your kids, like every single love interest that you have, because you got plenty of options, Gemini. I'm seeing somebody bring their kid or allow their love interests that they have multiple love interests and they're bringing them around their children so openly, so freely. Like, you can't bring everybody around your kids. Okay, so I don't know what that's about. Somebody needs to keep certain things separate, especially when it comes to your children. Okay, not your child does not need to meet every hoe that you have. Okay, man or woman. Because I keep getting something like that. I think it was for Taurus and Gemini. That's a repeated energy, so it definitely is someone on my channel. Welcome in. Make sure to like the video. Okay, let's get your oracle portion, Gemini. Okay, what else does Gemini placements need to know for the next 48 hours? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Retreat and balance. Okay. Some of you guys are going to be spending time alone. And look, juggling too many things at once. What did I just say about all those options that you have or you're going to have? Okay. Some of you guys need to, like I said, keep certain things alone or separate. Okay. Because especially if it's options and you're dating around and stuff like that, you got to keep your hoes on a leash. Okay. That's all I'm saying. You can't have unless you want drama, right? Unless you want drama with your options and things like that, you got to be careful with, who you bring around and your child. You're confusing your child. Okay. Like, is this my dad this week? Or is this my dad this week? Or is this my mom this week? Or is this my stepmom? Like, that's literally what I'm seeing here. Okay. Look, caught up. I'm telling y'all, I'm never just talking, okay? But caught up, finding evidence, getting caught, cheating. Somebody's kid could snitch on them, okay? So I don't know if you have kids or not, but some child could be like, yeah, they were over here, that blonde girl or that brunette girl, the girl with all the tattoos. And somebody's going to get caught up, okay? Somebody definitely, okay, just be careful, Gemini placements. And I feel like your kid needs more attention than your attention should be going to your children or your kids, okay? We have demanding here. I understand if you got work and stuff to do as well, but somebody needs to really focus more on their children and not all these hoes and bringing them around your kids and stuff. I don't know what that's about. Somebody's doing that type of stuff, okay? Walking away. Some of you guys need to work on giving people a chance as well. I mean, you don't have to listen to me, but that's what's coming out here. Some of you guys walk away too easily from certain situations or people, or you kind of like just start assuming things based off of your own assumption instead of actually just speaking directly to the person. Okay, so some of you guys need to work on that. We have honeymooning. What's that about? Some of you guys could be thinking about a honeymoon you had. If you were married or engaged, you could be thinking about somebody who proposed to you or something like that and it didn't work out. Okay, so that could be on your mind in the next 48 hours. Or you could have proposed to somebody and you could be thinking about how that didn't work out. Okay. I feel like you guys, Gemini, are running from something emotionally. That's why I'm saying, yeah, look, everybody leaves and look, their confirmation, they look like they're getting married, right? But the card says everybody leaves, okay? So I don't know, maybe you could have got divorced or something, or you were engaged or married at some point, okay? Something like that. You could be reminiscing on how people have walked away from you when you thought it would work out, okay? And that could also be why you're trying to have all these hoes so that you don't really have to think about, one specific person, okay? Something like that. Let's get a couple more for Gemini. Some of you guys are going to be working on investing your money in certain places in the next 48 hours, okay? Or you should. Some of you guys need to work on your long-term financial goals. And we have silence, okay? Some of you guys need to speak up. What didn't I just say something about like you not saying something directly to somebody? Okay. I feel like I just said something about that. But make sure to speak up. You guys are the communication sign, but I don't know. There's stereotypes of every sign, right? That aren't necessarily accurate or whatever. You got to look at someone's chart and their Mercury placement if you want to know about how they communicate. But you guys, I feel like you're staying quiet about something that doesn't make you happy, okay? So speak up. If you're not happy, say something or do something about it, okay? Let's see. Musician, okay? Some of you guys could be making music or listening to a lot of music or going to live music in the next 48 hours, okay? Or some sort of celebration. Some of you guys could be into like, what is it, EDM concerts or whatever, okay? Some of y'all could be doing that type of thing or going there. And we have talent. I feel like you guys are really talented with music. If you don't know that, maybe try it out, okay? Somebody, Gemini, I feel like you guys, a way of coping for you or something that would help you cope with however you feel, especially if you don't necessarily want to talk about it, is sing, dance, do something artistic, okay? Geminis can do anything. Yes, anything, okay? Gemini is literally one of the signs that is a jack of all trades, okay? So try something new out. You would be surprised at how well you could actually pursue something, okay? So that's what I got for Gemini. Let's go to Cancer. Let's see. Make sure to like the video, please, and thank you if you are in here. Subscribe if you have not already. All right, Cancer. All right, we're going to start that one at 36. And please watch for your placements, okay? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, or your other placements if you know your birth chart, okay? Let's see. All right. Why did I just hear moldy bread? Cancer. What the fuck? Why did I just hear moldy bread? Some of you guys need to check your bread, Cancer, okay? Or check some sort of food. What the hell? Channel message, okay? Moldy bread. Ew. Somebody check expiration dates, okay? Something may be expired in the next 48, okay? Or something is already expired. I don't know what that's about, but let's see. Let's see. Oh my gosh. These cards are so slippery. Cancer, some of you guys could be dealing with a Leo or an air sign, okay, or an earth sign in the next 48 hours, or you could have that in your chart. I feel like you guys want to move forward in something, but you're holding back from doing so, okay? Or you want to go somewhere, but there could be a holdup. You might have to wait on something or somebody in the next 48 hours, Cancer, okay? Yeah, the Five of Wands. There's going to be some difficulties when it comes to you getting somewhere or going somewhere, okay? Or I want to say also getting through to somebody. Somebody could be... I feel like you feel defensive towards somebody, Cancer. Whether you're showing it physically or not, you're defensive towards somebody. Could be a Leo. Like you want to start something new with this person or whoever this is. Yeah, definitely Leo energy. But you're defensive toward them, okay? Page of Swords. Yeah, you're holding back communication, Cancer, from this person. It could be a Leo placement, doesn't have to be. But this person could be very arrogant as well, okay? Or they were that way toward you in the past, Cancer. So you're trying your best to hold your tongue or bite your tongue, okay? This could be someone you were in a relationship with. That person could be coming toward you in the next 48 hours, okay? And they want to talk. They want things to move forward. And look, the Eight of Cups. You may say goodbye to that situation, okay? So what I'm getting here, Cancer, is that somebody who maybe you just don't fuck with anymore, they could be trying to come toward you and you're feeling very defensive. So you're going to be like, all right, well, I could say this to you, or I have a lot of choice words for you, but I'm not going to say that. I'm going to walk away. Okay. So you're controlling your emotions in the next 48 hours, Cancer. Okay. Or you're being very passive with this person, or you're just trying not to say anything because if you do say something, it's not going to be nice. Okay. Let's see. Judgment, yeah. You do not really fuck with this person anymore, okay? Someone also could have like missing fingers or toes, okay, Cancer? I don't know what that's about. Somebody could have like 3 fingers or a missing toe or something like that. I don't know what that's about. Okay. Somebody could be what do they call it? Is it a para something? Is it a paralegic? Don't make fun of me if I got that word wrong, but that's what I heard in my head. Let's see. I feel like you're doing very well financially though, Cancer, or you will be in the next 48 hours, okay? And you could be trying to hide away from somebody or whoever this person is because you're doing well and you don't want to like ruin whatever blessings that you have been receiving lately, okay? And I have told you guys multiple times before that when you attach yourself to the wrong people or when you're around the wrong people, you can receive their negative karma too, okay? So that's why it's important to be careful of who you surround yourself with. um Even if you say like, I don't judge anybody. Cancers, I know y'all judge people, okay? Number one. Two, even if you're trying to be open to a different type of person, you do have to be careful because you can, if you notice bad things happening when you connect with somebody, take that as a sign that they're not supposed to be in your life, okay? Let's see. or else you're gonna, you know, start to see those lessons play out. Let's see. 10 of Pentacles, okay, and the Temperance. Some of you guys could be dealing with a Sagittarius, or you could have that in your chart. The 4 of Pentacles, yeah. I feel like you're in between saying, I don't know, I don't think you care for this person necessarily, but you did like either date them at some point and I'm hearing ruined your life, okay? They like really fucked you up. And that's why you're being defensive toward them. So you're trying to hold back communication as a whole, okay? Somebody's trying to get your attention, Cancer, in the next 48. They could even try to talk to your family. Like, hey, Cancer's brother or sister or something like that, to try to like get through to you. So hopefully this person isn't like talking to your family members or something like that, but they could be. I'm seeing somebody do what they can to get through to you, especially if you're ignoring them, okay? Like you could be looking at your phone, like watching somebody like blow your phone up. And if you don't answer, they're going to go text your sister or your mom or your dad or something like that, okay? So yeah, you're making this person wait, or you're going to spend a lot of time pondering like if you should, you know, communicate with this person at all. And you see how she's like she's sitting with her bags of money, okay? Money bags. Cancer, like I said, you're doing very well financially or in your career, okay? Whatever it is that you do for money, you're doing extremely well. But this ex of yours or this ex person, you're like, I feel like I'm gonna go to hell if I reconnect with you, or even if I respond, if I send you a text back, I feel like I'm gonna go to hell. I feel like that's how you're feeling about this person because they are so toxic, and like I said, I feel like they quote unquote ruined your life, or they did. You know, somebody really put you in a bad place. Okay, so use your intuition, Cancer, and I would say don't connect with them. Okay, let's get some oracle because you already know. You already know what this person's on. Okay, could be drugs. Okay, let's see. All right, Cancer. Make sure to like the video. Subscribe if you have not already, okay? All right, Cancer. What else is going on for... okay, hello. Pregnancy test. Some of y'all could be worried about being pregnant, okay? Or you're unsure if you're pregnant. You could be taking a test. Someone's like tempting you. I feel like you don't fuck with who this person is as a human, but they are still attractive to you. Okay, so that I understand. Okay, heartbreak. This is somebody who broke your heart. Okay, somebody who really betrayed you, like disappointed the hell out of you. Okay, and Cancer, don't let the universe make an example out of you if you do decide to go and sleep with this person. What if you end up pregnant by a bum, okay, or someone who fucked your life up, okay? When you were doing so good. You were doing so good, Cancer. Don't fall for it. I really feel like you need to just sit back and don't respond at all, okay? Don't get sucked into this person's bullshit, okay? Yeah, ruthless, cruelty. This person was real fucked up to you. This person also could have gained weight, or you could notice that this person got a lot heavier, okay? I don't know, something like that. Bankrupt, got no money on my card, okay? Yeah, you, Cancer, I'm telling you, listen to your gut, okay? Do not text this person. Do not reconcile with this person. Do not even give them an ounce of attention. I don't care if they're talking to your family or if they're blowing your shit up and you're like, oh my God, turn your phone off for a bit, you know, do something to block this person out, because you will be like them, bankrupt, got no money on your card, okay, receiving their negative karma for betraying you and maybe even other people, okay? So remember how your life was when you were around this person, and now you're doing good, right? So just keep that in mind. Yeah, unsocial, okay? Some of you guys could be hiking or something like that. You could be walking, you could be backpacking in the next 48, okay? Or you could be thinking about planning some sort of trip. or going into the woods or something like that in the next 48 hours. But I feel like you guys need to get out and mingle with people more, okay? Try to meet somebody new, especially if this ex person's trying to come back. I don't know, talk to somebody. Hey, pretty girl Mel, welcome in. Make sure to, you might have to distract yourself in the next 48. So, do something, do something else to distract yourself from even looking this person's way, okay? Because I feel like you definitely will see the consequences of, you know, even saying hi to them. Don't get sucked into their bullshit again, okay? Let's go to Leo. Leo, welcome in. Let's see, 4630. All right, we are currently on Leo. Make sure to like the video, subscribe if you have not already. All right, and if you'd like a personal reading, make sure to check my bio for information. They are available anytime. All right, let's see. I like this deck a lot. I'm gonna use it more often. All right, so Leo placements. Let's see. What is going on for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for the next 48? I'm hearing, what's that Sia song? I love cheap thrills. Okay, some of y'all, I'm dead ass serious. Leo, don't spend your money on some alcohol, drugs, or whatever when you only got $4. Okay, I feel like somebody could be doing that. Like literally, you see how he's only got $4? He's struggling, but he might be like, "Well, I want to drink though." Okay, don't do that, because then you're not gonna have any money. Okay, like somebody, Leo, somebody could be doing that around you, or you could be doing that. So save your money, okay? Especially if you don't have any for real, okay? Let's see. Oh, the King of Pentacles. Okay, let's see. And the Eight of Swords. You could have somebody around you who is financially struggling, okay, in the next 48. And I feel like they're looking at you to help them, okay? Or they're in their head about asking you, hey, can you help me? Or you could be doing this to somebody. Leo, you could be, eyeing somebody down, like, I wonder if so and so is going to help me with this payment, or, something like that. Somebody does not have enough money for something, okay? I'm not judging, but I'm just saying, if you have $4 figuratively and you want a drink or something, and you're not going to have money after that, why would you go buy the drink anyways? I don't know. Somebody has poor spending habits, okay? Let's see. Some of you guys could be dealing with the Cancer. Yeah, the Queen of Cups, the Tower. Okay, let's see. What's that about? The Nine of Cups. You're going to get drunk anyways. You're overindulging, Leo. I just said that, okay? Look at that. Okay. Leo, do what you want, but don't be upset that you don't have any money tomorrow morning or whenever this plays out, okay? Oh man. Okay. Knight of Wands. Some of you guys need to put gas in your car and you're trying to get a drink. Okay. Okay. You might be asking family, or somebody around you could be asking family for like a handout, but if you didn't spend where you did, you would have something, or you would be able to go there. You got to pick and choose your battles, Leo placements, okay? So this is either you or somebody around you doing this, okay? Pick and choose your battles when it comes to your spending. Sometimes you can go without a drink for a day, okay? If you only got $4. You can have fun other ways, okay? Remember how I said at the beginning, I love cheap thrills, okay? That song. So what'd she say in that song? What did she say? Something about not having money. I don't need dollar bills to have fun tonight. I don't know if she says that specifically, but something like that. You don't need money to have fun, Leo. Okay. So, I know that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, shit, you could wait a couple days, stack up a little bit, at least get $10, put 5 in your tank and get a drink or something. You got to be able to go places and whatnot. So let's see. What else is going on for Leo? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Yeah, justice reversed. Okay. Some of you guys can be dealing with a Libra or have Libra in your chart, but I do want to say, don't be surprised. And the world reversed at the bottom of the deck here for you guys. Don't be surprised when something doesn't work out the way you wanted. Okay. I feel like someone's not taking accountability for their own spending habits. That's mostly what your reading is. Okay. We're going to still get Oracle, but and the world reverse is like delays, a shortcut or something not being completed. You can't go the full distance. So I do feel like you're trying to get somewhere, but you spent your money elsewhere, and you know you can't cry when you do stuff like that. Okay. Let's see. Let's get some oracle for Leo. All right, Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. What else is going on for you for the next 48? Okay. Yeah, stay home. Look at that. Stay home, Leo. Stay home. Just chill in the house. Have fun in the house, okay? And I don't know, if you're spiritual, try manifesting, okay? Um, if you want to manifest money, you can absolutely do that, okay? But please be smart, okay? It may help you, to manifest some money. And look, we got efficient work habits. Okay, I'm blind. Develop efficient work habits, set clear priorities, use productivity techniques like what the hell method? Pomodoro. I've never seen that word before. Pomodoro method, and take regular breaks to maintain focus and energy. Some of you guys need to just really rest, okay? So self-discipline, Leo, is basically what I'm getting from your reading, okay? And kinky ways, okay? Hello. That is way too many cards. What's this about? Some of y'all could be having sex in the next 48, okay? Somebody's sleeping with a broke man or woman, okay? If you sleep with somebody, I don't know if this is somebody new or not, but somebody's gonna get ghosted, Leo. It might be because you're broke. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We got kinky ways. You could have some really good sex. You know what they say about broke men? They got good dick. Okay. I don't know the female version of that. I've never I don't think I've heard men say like, "Oh, broke women have the best coochie." Like I've never heard a man say that. So I don't know. If you're dealing with a woman as a man and she's broke, I don't know. Maybe she has good sex, okay, and she's broke, but someone's still gonna get ghosted or left because they can't do anything for that person. Okay, let's go to Virgo. Virgo. Welcome in, guys. Make sure to like the video if you have not already. Virgo is 5345. Now I will leave timestamps afterward for you guys, okay? Virgo, okay. Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. And if you would like a personal reading, make sure to check my bio. All right, Virgo. I'm hearing that song. I'm still alive, but I'm barely breathing. Break Even by The Script, okay? Some of you guys, if you know that song, you could be relating to that song in the next 48, okay? Or be listening to The Script. Somebody's heartbroken. You're heartbroken, Virgo, okay? Oh, I did just do the Virgo reading, and the Virgos were getting cheated on. Oh, Queen of Wands, some hoe energy, okay? All right, confirmation. Virgo placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. For your next 48 hours, I feel like you are intensely watching somebody. You're watching the hell out of them, okay? And I'm hearing you're not taking your eye off this person. Okay, so let's see. Three of Cups. Okay, third party. Confirmation. This could also be at a party, or if you're at a gathering or something like that, Virgo, in the next 48 hours. I do feel like you could have a man or a woman and you feel like you have to watch them like a hawk at this event, okay? Because someone's either being a hoe or someone's known to flirt with people or do something that they're not supposed to be doing. It doesn't have to be flirting. It could be you told them don't open that door, and at the function they're like, all right, you know, maybe Virgo's not watching for a second and you're watching, but they don't know you're watching, and they try to go open that door, and then you're like, what did I just tell you? Don't open that door. This could be about your kids too, okay? For some of you who have kids, your kid could be like being disobedient or something, doing something that you clearly told them not to do, okay? And they could think you're not watching them, but you are. Like you see something very clear as day, okay? But a lot of you, it's like your lover, okay, or someone that you're connected to. um 7 of Wands, yeah. So you're going to block somebody from proceeding with a certain action, okay? Let's see, 4 of Cups. I feel like you're disappointed in somebody, Virgo, because they kept doing something that you specifically told them not to do. And some of you guys could be watching The Office. I'm seeing the that scene with Michael. And what did he say to Jan, I think, where he's like, I told you not to break my heart and you did it anyway, okay, or something like that. I forget, but you could have asked somebody like, please don't hurt me, or please don't embarrass me, or please don't, you know, do that. And they do it anyway, okay? So yeah, Page of Swords. This may make whatever somebody's doing to you, because they cross a boundary with you in the next 48, it's going to make you literally want to chop their ass up or not talk to them, okay? Like something, it's really going to piss you off. The Hermit, Virgo energy. Yep, this is about you. And then we have the 9 of Pentacles, okay? I'm hearing Missy Elliott in my head right now. And I look too good. Okay, so you guys could be looking real good, Virgo, in the next 48. Some of you guys could have Cancer in your chart. You don't have to. But you could be dealing with a Cancer. I feel like somebody thinks they're hot shit. Go watch the Virgo reading, because I feel like that's coming out again, partially. I just did your individual sign Virgo reading earlier today. So somebody could think they look too good, and that they think they're not going to get caught, or they think they're going to get away from something. I meant to say away with something, okay? Somebody could be trying to do something sneaky and get away from somebody, okay? But let's see. Wheel of Fortune, that karma's going to bite you, okay? Something's not going to go the way you thought it was, or this person is going to get caught up, all right? What else for Virgo? The Lovers reversed, yeah. Being disobedient, cheating, stepping out, not being committed. Someone's being a hoe, okay? So I'm sorry, Virgos, but I do feel like you cannot trust your person or whoever you're dealing with in the next 48, or in general, I want to say, okay? This could also be someone that you have history with, but they don't change, So you could be like, yeah, we go way back. We go way back. But you've changed, you've evolved, you've gotten better over time as a person, and they have they've been in the same place mentally for the past 10 years or something like that, okay? And it's become 10 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. It has become such a difficulty for you to deal with, that you just, it's going to make you literally not want to speak to them at all. So if this person, or if you're dealing with a Virgo, if you're cross-watching, if you're wondering why the Virgo doesn't want to talk to you in the next 48, it's because of what you keep doing that they asked you not to do, okay? And I do want to say, if you have kids, if your kid is being disobedient, parent how you want to parent. But I do think the, what do they call it? Like, I'm not talking to you today, or giving your child the silent treatment is like very toxic. Even if you want them to understand like what they did wrong, try your best not to, ignore your child, okay? Because that causes psychological issues, okay? For them to wonder like what they did, especially if they're really young, You know how adults say, he's 3 years old, he should know what he did. That child is a child, okay? People need to understand that kids are kids. Kids are gonna do kid shit, So somebody, don't ignore your child. That will cause a lot more issues than you think down the line mentally, okay? And you should, if someone does something wrong, even if it's not a kid, if someone does something wrong, you should explain to them like what they did. I think the mentality of, you should just know. You should just know. What if they really don't know? What if they might not comprehend what they did, you know, like sometimes people really have that problem. Not a problem, but they don't understand. So explain it, okay? Don't go silent, okay? Somebody could be trying to give somebody the silent treatment because they're upset about something, you know, whether you have a kid or not. It could be your love interest. Speak, communicate, all right? Um, Virgo, let's get a few more. Let's only pull like 4 cards for you guys here, okay? Virgo. Okay. There is going to be a shift in a certain connection, okay? Or something, like I said, something is going to be very significant. Like the way you handle something or the way you deal with somebody and what they're doing to you is going to shift the dynamic drastically, okay? So, and I'm seeing credits, like let the credits start to roll, okay? Somebody could be watching Hannah Montana, but I'm seeing like the ending of something. And I'm seeing like metaphorically the ending of a cycle, the ending of a relationship, the ending of somebody, I'm hearing trusting you, or something about communication being completely cut off or completely messed up, like almost forever. I hope that makes sense, okay? Let's get a couple more. Like the dynamic. Yeah, move in silence. Look at that, okay? Don't do that. I mean, if it's an adult that you're dealing with, that's understandable. If you told them over and over, don't do that, that's different. But when it comes to your kids, don't give them the silent treatment, even if you feel like, you know, you pissed me off. Okay, let's see. Could be very windy out wherever you are, Virgo, in the next 48 hours, okay? Player. Yeah, somebody is doing something that's, they know what they're doing, okay? And I feel like you know that. This could also be like a elegant type of event, okay? And somebody's embarrassing you. And like I said, I don't know why I keep talking about you're like children, okay? But if you have kids, your kid could be embarrassing you in the next 48 at like some public event, okay? And you know what? Everything is situational, okay? So I don't know. Maybe if you're at an event, you might be like, all right, let them run free. You know, that ain't my kid, okay? Like as a joke, okay? But you might eventually just give up for a minute, okay? Somebody could be throwing their hands up. And then we have love triangle and fated to be alone, okay? So yeah, that's a confirmation. Somebody is being cheating, being shady, sneaking around, doing something that they're not supposed to do, okay? And don't give up on love, Virgo, but you might need to take a break from dating, or at least this person, okay? Because they do not have good intentions for you, and I feel like you know that. All right, let's go to Libra. Libra. Let's see. All right, so I think it's 103. 103. All right. So Libra placements. All right, let's see. Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for the next 48. This is also still timeless, so pay attention to the For You section on my channel for possible more relevant videos, you know, because time is fluid. All right. So let's see. What does Libra need to know for the next 48 hours? What does Libra need to know? Okay. Okay, I'm literally seeing like a magician, you know, like some of y'all could have kids, okay? I know I just talked about that for Virgo. Some of you guys could be Virgos in Vedic astrology, so you might relate to the Virgo reading. But you know how they have like kid birthday parties? Some of you guys could have Taurus in your chart, because I did mention that for, I think it was Taurus. Um, but yeah, some of you guys could have like a entertainer at a party or something like that, okay? And you know how like they have I know Easter's over, but like a Easter bunny or something like that for parties, you know, children's birthday parties, or someone that you know, or maybe you're going to be dressing up as somebody's, what do they call it? Like a mascot, okay? Somebody could be a mascot, or you could be dressing up as a certain character, okay? Some of you guys could be into like cosplay or whatever. Something like that. Okay, I don't know. But let's see. What's going on for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for the next 48? Someone could be paying you as well, okay? I feel like you're wanted for some sort of event, or you do like side work or something, man or woman, or you could be someone could offer you some money to do something like this, um, for an event, even if you're not like a character or whatever. Someone could be saying, "Hey, I'll pay you to." I'm hearing photography. You could be taking pictures for somebody, um, or like a side business, a side hustle. Somebody could be paying you for a service, okay, something that you do that's entertainment or something like that. People or someone wants to pay you for it, okay? Let's see. Seven of Swords, okay. Yeah, this is like tricky. This is about tricks, magic tricks, or some sort of illusion, okay? Or someone could be trying to paint an illusion, I'm hearing, over you. There we go again, Libra. Someone always trying to paint a certain image of you. That's a consistent theme in your readings. Not every time, but I always feel like somebody's hating on the Libras and the Sagittariuses. Okay, so let's see. As I said that, Sagittarius, okay, the Temperance just flew out. Um, I feel like this is something about work, or someone's going to offer you some sort of work, or to do some sort of work in the next 48. Okay, so I'm also hearing freelance, okay, where you could be hiring somebody to do some sort of work for you. But I do feel like you should be careful about like who you decide to hire, who you decide to entertain, okay? Make sure that someone's paying you, not just like chunk change, okay? So take that how it resonates. Someone definitely could be not paying you enough for your services, okay? Or someone could try to like lowball you in the next 48, okay? So just be aware of that, especially if you're like, if you do something creative, say you paint paintings and you have a firm price, right? And somebody like, say you, I don't know how much people pay for paintings or whatever, but whatever your service is, if you say this is $50 for this item, someone could be trying to come to you being like, well, I only got 30. Well, this isn't a pawn shop, okay? This isn't a bartering situation. The price is firm. And Libra, not all Libras, but I know you guys sometimes have the tendency to be like, oh, that's fine, I'll accept it. No, stay firm, okay? Don't teeter totter between, accepting this and that. If you have a price, which you should, or if you have a certain standard that you need or that you have set already, don't go outside of that, okay? Does that make sense? So let's see. And that could even be, you got to take that how it resonates. It could be in love. If you got a certain standard and somebody's trying to be like, well, I can only do this for you, next. I can only pay you this much, next. I can't meet this deadline, next. Okay? Or if that's you, you could be, flip it how you need to. Some of you guys might have to pay somebody for something and maybe you don't have enough to do something. That person's going to go with somebody else because I don't think somebody's going to spare you, okay? Or you could be, someone needs like spare change, or someone doesn't have enough money, okay? Or something like that. You could be dealing with a Leo. We have Chariot here, okay? So, yeah, I'm seeing somebody like reach in their pockets, like looking for change, or being like, damn, I don't have enough. Hopefully you haven't already done the service, you know? And then they tell you like, oh shit, I don't have enough money. Someone, if you are like a hair person, this is why people have deposits, you know, for situations like this. So something could be going on with like a deposit, okay, for some sort of service. Either you, if you're the service person giving the service, you need to start having some sort of deposit so that, at least you have some sort of security in case people do weird shit like this, and try to pull a fast one on you. Or if you're going to somebody, you may notice that they're starting to have a deposit before you can, actually book an appointment or something. So something like that is going on, okay? Let's see. What else is going on for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus? You need to have some sort of security or a backup plan in general, okay? And don't accept anything, don't accept less of anything, okay? Especially if you have already set a set price or standard. Okay, Three of Wands. Somebody may have to take their business elsewhere, and that's okay. Or you may have to, okay? If you don't have enough, that's what it is. You don't go to a restaurant and be like, oh, the bill's $13. I only have 7. They're going to keep you hostage there until you pay that bill. Okay, so you can't, some people, I don't know, somebody, if you're a waiter or waitress or something, or if you work in food service, make sure that you get the money up front. Or if you're a server, I know you can't technically do that, but somebody may try to like dine and dash or something like that, okay? Whew. I feel like I just said a whole lot of hopefully something, okay? I tried to make it make sense. Three of Pentacles, Ten of Swords. Yeah, somebody's, and there's your card at the bottom of the deck. Somebody needs to plan ahead. You could be going on a date. Make sure that someone has enough money, okay? Because that is a very embarrassing situation to be in. You know, I know shit happens, but at the same time, you shouldn't be on a date if you can't afford to take somebody out for the both of you. You know, if you can't afford it twice, you can't afford it at all, okay? So let's see, anything else for Libra? And then we're going to get into the Oracle. Four of Cups. Yeah, something may be disappointing, okay? And that's okay, but just understand that either someone's going to go elsewhere or you're going to go elsewhere if you don't have enough. Or if somebody doesn't have enough for you, same thing, okay? Let's see. Five of Cups reversed, okay? Okay, and I hope nobody's pulling the, you know, I don't mean to sound like an asshole, but if somebody's short on cash or money, it is, the price is what it is. Okay, the price is right. Somebody could be watching that. Don't let anybody try to sob story you. Okay, you know, I just, you know, my grandpa died, and I know that's a tough situation, but somebody needs to understand that the price is the price, and that's what it is. Okay, or vice versa. Flip it if you need to. Don't let somebody do this whole sob story, you know, because I'm not getting that somebody's gonna be lenient with you, or vice versa. You may not be lenient with somebody just because of what they got going on, you know, especially if you work in customer service. I used to be a server and I used to be a line cook for 6 years. Okay. Six cook, 6 year line cook and a 3.5 year server in the front of house. You hear all types of sad stories all the time, but does that mean you get to accept what the bill isn't, you know? So something like that could be happening, okay? Somebody could be telling you a story or something. I don't know. Let's go to, oh, wait, no. Libra. Almost, see, I almost skipped out on you, Libra. I almost skipped out. Look, don't want to hear it. I'm telling you, somebody is going to be telling you a whole bunch of something, and you're like, okay, well, the total is still $13.99. Or, you know, if you want it, you got to pay for it, okay? Or else some legal shit could happen, okay? Let's see. Fulfill a fantasy, okay. Somebody could have thought that something was going to go in their favor if they just pull a certain facade. Even if it really did happen, if something tragic did happen, it's not going to work. I'm sorry, okay? So don't waste your time. Or somebody could think just because they look good, they're going to get something. Nope. No pretty privilege, no handsome privilege over here. Not in the next 48, Libra. Okay? And y'all usually are very gorgeous or handsome. Libras are ruled by Venus, you know? But your looks may not always work, okay? So, you know, like I always say, go where you're appreciated, go where you're accepted, okay? Let's see. Cinema. Yes, there's some sort of service, or somebody is trying to get in somewhere. It is not ladies free night. It's not, no. If this is your homegirl or something, okay? Because I don't really see, I mean, it depends. But in my experiences with Libra, especially Libra women, y'all are gorgeous, but you're not, I don't really think that Libras are the type to be like, oh, I'm pretty, so I'm going to get in here anyway. That's like a Virgo type of thing. Anyways, but somebody is delusional about. I'm not saying you're not attractive. You are, but it's not gonna get you something or somewhere that you want to go. And if this is your homegirl or homeboy, if they usually get in somewhere with their looks, if they bring a friend or if you bring a friend, your friend is still gonna have to pay. Just because you brought your friend, you're cute. Your friend, they don't know your friend. Okay, this could be like a two-man. Oh my God, what is going on? Libra, man or woman, you could be like, and I don't want to call anybody ugly, but if someone brings their friend to an event, it's not going to be good enough to get in, or it's, oh God. Picture your homegirl trying to be like, yeah, girl, let's go to the, let's go hang out with these dudes or whatever. I don't know how old you guys are, but let's go hang out with these dudes. You know, they're cute. And you know your homegirl is, she average, all right, but she not, on your level, technically. Don't embarrass anybody like that, okay? Or somebody could be hopefully not doing that to you. Man or woman, is not going to work. It's not going to go through the way you think it is. Somebody could end up embarrassed, okay? You know those friends who are like shady toward you? Oh, I didn't mean to say that, but like shady toward you. Um, they do stuff that they know you wouldn't be able to get away with, you know? Something like that's going on, okay? I don't know. This could be like an old friend, someone that you're trying to reconcile with, or something like that. Be careful of anybody who says, oh yeah, no, I got it, like, you can have this for free or you can get in free. Bring your own money just in case, or someone needs to do that. Don't tell somebody that they're gonna get something that they're just not. Okay. um Vulnerable, yeah, I feel like somebody could feel a little bit embarrassed. I mean, why wouldn't you? If your friend is doing that to you, or if you're doing that to somebody, I don't know, why wouldn't you be, picture you standing at the door thinking that you're going to get into somewhere because your homegirl said, da 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 da, I got you. And your homegirl didn't bring any extra money. And so now you're sitting looking stupid at the gate thinking that you were going to get in. Okay. I don't know what that's about. So always have your own. Okay. Even with friends, always have a backup. Don't go anywhere without money, Libra. Okay. Even if you don't relate to that situation I just explained, always have your own money regardless if you're going somewhere. Okay. Don't go anywhere without money. Let's see. Obsession. Okay. And ship. This could be about a trip or like a girl's trip. Okay. This may be your toxic ass friend or like a homegirl or a homeboy. Somebody is. Bring your own stuff. You know that situation with like Ice Spice and that, I forgot the other girl's name. It was like a whole thing for a minute where Ice Spice was like basically dogging her friend for not having this or that or something like that for dinner or whatever. I don't know. It's a situation like that. Don't get low key embarrassed by a quote unquote friend of yours. Okay. I feel like your friend may not be telling you all the information, or your friend's unaware that, I don't know. This seems almost like on purpose. Okay. And I did just do a Libra reading that was, go watch that one too. You might relate to it. This is your friend. Look, reconcile, close friends, soul tribe, career transition. Okay, maybe you don't have enough money for something, I don't know. And that's okay, but like I said, if you can't afford something twice, just don't do it. Or you can't afford it. Okay? Always have something extra, whether this is you or somebody that you're dealing with or someone around you. Okay? But yeah, like I was saying, I just did do a reading called Libra, This is Premeditated. Someone was purposely trying to make you look stupid. Okay, so go watch that when you have time. It's posted in the Libra section under the playlist area. Okay. Let's get one more. Burning evidence. Somebody could try to act like, oh, I didn't know, like, this is planned. This is written out. This is, somebody's trying to act like something didn't happen or something they didn't know. They knew. They wrote the book. They made the plan. And then they want to try to act like, oh, you have a fake ass friend around you, okay? Or family member, I don't know. Or lover, okay? It could be your client too. You could have a client who's trying to lowball you or trying to act like keep that's what I'm saying. Be firm, Libra. I know y'all are the scales, but be firm, okay? And I am seeing forgotten person at the bottom of the deck here. So you may need to forget somebody. Okay, because somebody's purposely trying to make you look like a fool, and I don't fuck with that. Okay. I don't like people who do that type of weird shit to others. Okay. Let's go to Scorpio. Scorpio, Scorpio, Scorpio. And everybody's beautiful in their own way, okay? I just want to put that out there. Like I said, I don't want to call anybody unattractive, but you know, sometimes I let me shut up. Okay, Scorpio. All right, I'm gonna write the rest of the timestamps after. Okay. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, next 48. What do you need to know or be aware of? All right, let's see. Make sure to like the video. And if you want a personal reading, make sure to look in my bio. They're available anytime. You just have to email me, okay? Let's see. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, next 48. Okay. Some of you guys could be starting a new job. Oh. Okay. Okay. Scorpio, if you try to start a new job or if you're trying to make some sort of money or something like that, you may be disappointed. Yeah, you're going to be disappointed, okay? Something's not going to work out the way you think it will, unfortunately. I'm also getting a situation like you thought you had something in the bag, or you thought you had someone in the bag, and maybe you just don't. And that could be like, it could feel like you just got backstabbed, okay? Or you could feel betrayed because you thought something was going to happen when it's not, okay? Let's see. The devil, yeah. Also, if this is about a job or a work situation, I feel like it's a good thing though. It's a good thing that you're not going to be getting a position. It's a good thing that you're not going to be, you know, accepted into something or getting some sort of money in the next 48. Okay. It's a good thing. Okay. Let's see why. Okay. Why would this be a good thing for Scorpio? Why would missing out on this opportunity be a good thing for Scorpio in the next 48? Oh, because somebody's going to be a bitch. Okay. Somebody's going to be an asshole. Five of Swords. You don't even, like, okay, scenario. Picture somebody saying, yeah, Scorpio, you got the job, or you got the position. But then if you got that position, like somebody could be going with somebody else or another candidate or something like that, or someone who does the same thing as you, someone could be going to somebody else. But the good thing is, whoever they go to, they're not going to be satisfied with whatever result they get, okay? Or the person or the position that you're getting, you're not going to be satisfied with some sort of outcome. I feel like you would feel hostile, or someone's going to be feeling hostile toward you. I hope that makes sense. I'm trying to put it into words, okay? Kind of like I just told Libra. Some of you guys could have Libra in your chart, but if someone's paying you for a service and then they decide to like back out and go with somebody else because they think it's better over there, they're going to come back and be like, oh shit. Or they're not going to be happy with whatever they received, or something wasn't worth it. Okay. Or if someone does end up coming to you for a service or something like that in the next 48, someone could be being like snarky toward you. Okay. Like your client or something could be very hostile or just rude. Somebody could be a rude person. So if you like I said, I don't know what you're doing or what opportunity you were maybe banking on, but it's a good thing that you're not going to get it, or it's a good thing that somebody canceled and went somewhere else, because if they didn't, you would have a lot of shit on your plate, that you probably didn't want to deal with. Okay, something like that. Let's see. Some of y'all could be smoking in the next 48 hours, okay? Yeah, I'm hearing like, I'm good right here. I'm good right here. And we got the Two of Wands. Yeah, somebody has a decision on whether to go somewhere or not, or pursue something or somebody. So I feel like you're going to use your intuition, or you should, in the next 48. Whatever decision you go with, I feel like you'll be happy with, even if you feel like it's a missed opportunity. It's not, okay? Let's see. Yeah, something would have made you unhappy, okay? So whatever you see as a missed opportunity, it could be a lover, it could be a job, it could be quote unquote losing something, and you're tore up about it, but you're going to see why it's a good thing you didn't get it, or something didn't work out, okay? You know, when you go through a breakup or something like that, Three of Cups, when you go through like a breakup, and obviously it hurts, right? But then at the same time, you're like, if I didn't break up with that person, or if I didn't get broken up with, I wouldn't have met this great person, my husband, my wife, you know? Okay, somebody could be watching Borat in the next 48, but something's going to work out in your favor, okay? So what seems like a missed opportunity, or a heartbreak, or a betrayal, or something like that, it'll be worth it, and you'll see why, okay? Yeah, something's going to work out for you, Scorpio, so don't worry too much. Let's see. Yeah, somebody also could have been like very controlling, or you would have ended up in a very toxic environment, or with a very controlling person, okay? Maybe you don't know like how controlling or toxic some situation is, or how toxic somebody is. And whatever you don't get, or whatever doesn't work out for you in the next 48, it's a blessing in disguise, okay? So let's go to your oracle portion. I like this deck. All right, let's see. Let's use this one. All right, Scorpio. Scorpio, Scorpio, Scorpio. Make sure to like the video. All right, just give me a second. 1 second. Scorpio, right? Wait, did I just do the oracle portion? I gotta recheck, because hold on. I'm like, what? No, it is the oracle portion. Duh, okay. Let's see. What else is going on for Scorpio? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for the next 48. Anything else that Scorpio needs to know? Whoa. Okay. Fear of loss. Okay. Spy and moving. Look, if you're trying to, if I don't know if you're going to be like losing a home, hopefully not. I do not wish that upon nobody. But you could be just, you're going to have to pivot, Scorpio. Okay, you're going to have to pivot. You're going to have to do something different. You're going to have to face a change in the next 48. And what you think is a loss is a win, technically, okay? You could also be going back to wherever you used to live, okay? Yeah, this could be something about your home or a relationship. Look, wealth visualization, okay? You're going to get some sort of extra money, or you're going to get like a payout or something like that if you, I'm hearing, accept this ending, okay? So don't fight a ending. Don't fight it. Something better is on the way, okay? You might have a lot of memories attached to wherever you live, or whatever the situation is, whatever relationship this is. You may have a lot of memories, a lot of laughs, you know, but that doesn't mean it's supposed to last forever, okay? So I'm hearing something could also be getting like ripped out from under somebody, or it's going to feel like that in the next 48, okay? Yeah. Okay, waiter and fear of touch. If this is about a relationship and somebody's like, what the hell? Okay. You could be, I hope you're not waiting on somebody to, this might sound weird, but touch you. Okay, like if this is like about the bedroom, Scorpio, I don't care how long you've known this person, but it's not even making you happy anymore. Okay? I think you're just attached to whoever this is. You know, like sometimes you got to realize, oh, I don't actually care for the person anymore. I'm just attached. Okay? So I feel like some of you guys, especially if the bedroom time is not great, okay? Like I'm so serious. Release. Some of you guys don't even like get off with your person. So you're having to let them go, or you should. Like I said, I feel like something's going to end regardless, but you're going to get something way better, or someone who can actually make you happy or please you, okay? Like, yeah, a situation's about to explode, okay? So it could get bad before it gets worse. I mean, oh, what? It could get worse before it gets better, okay? You may think like there's no good outcome from this, but there is, okay? And child, the fuck, okay? What's child here for Scorpio? Some of y'all have children. Oh, Scorpio, I don't know if you've been trying to have a baby with somebody, but if you can't have a baby with that man, if you keep trying or whatever, I promise you, it's a karmic situation. There's a reason why you can't have a child with that toxic ass person who doesn't even love you properly. What makes you think he's going to love that child properly if he can't love you properly? Okay? And even if he does love that child properly, if you were to have a kid with this person, still think about the fact that he couldn't treat you properly, but he wants to treat the kid properly, as he should, right? But think about stuff like that, okay? If someone that you're dealing with does not even treat you correctly, why would you keep wanting to try to have a family with them? Somebody needs to understand that. Yeah, somebody who makes you feel insecure, okay? You gotta release this person so that you can have your life back, yourself back. I'm also hearing your body back, okay? Some of you guys could have like quote unquote fell off, or you realize, you know, you've changed a lot, or you look way different than you used to. Some of you guys could be looking at old photos of how you used to look, okay? And you're realizing, damn, ever since I've been with this man or woman, I look horrible. And look how I used to look when I was single, or when I used to be with so and so. Some of y'all could be thinking about an ex, okay? And how you looked better or something like that. Yeah, personal branding, okay? So you could be rebranding yourself. Or that's what's going to be happening in the next 48 hours, okay? So let's go to Sagittarius. Sagittarius. Let's see. Make sure to like the video, subscribe if you have not already. Okay. So if you have Sagittarius placements, this portion is for you, okay? Make sure to like the video, subscribe if you have not already. And if you would like a personal, make sure to check my bio. They're available anytime. All right, let's see. Sagittarius, okay. Sagittarius. What is going on for Sagittarius next 48 hours? What is going on for Sagittarius placements? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for the next 48 hours. Okay, 3 of Wands. Some of y'all could be moving on from something or a certain situation in the next 48, or you're seeing the bigger picture, okay, about something. Let's see. Some of you guys could have Scorpio in your chart. Let's see. There also may be a delay, okay, but I feel like you're trying to stay positive about whatever holdup there is in the next 48 hours, okay? The Empress, okay? You could be dealing with a Taurus or a Libra, but I feel like you guys are looking really good, okay? Some of you guys are looking really good in the next 48, or you're doing something beauty-wise, or you're like cleaning up. You know how people say like, oh, you clean up nice. You know, I feel like you could be getting yourself together or something like that. Maybe it's the first time in a while since you've dressed up or something like that, okay? Yeah, some of you guys are getting cute in the next 48, okay? You could be going to a party in the next 48 or some sort of gathering, okay? Let's see. What's the Three of Cups here? Ace of Pentacles. Okay. And the Death reversed. Some of you guys need to try something different, especially when it comes to your appearance, okay? Or what you've been doing, I want to say socially, okay? You need to try something different, Sagittarius. Because if you're wondering why there's blockages or delays, you need to try something different so that you can have a fresh start, a better start, okay? Let's see. The Ten of Wands. Yeah, something's difficult because you're not changing something. Or even if it's look-wise, something could be definitely making things in your life more difficult because you're not changing. And I'm not saying, don't get it twisted, okay? I'm not saying you have to change anything about yourself physically if you don't want to. But if you know that you don't like something about yourself, change it, okay? Change it. It could benefit you, and it could benefit how you navigate through life, okay? If you don't like something about yourself or a situation, change it, okay? That's as simple as that. Yeah, we got a lot of Libra energy here, okay? Some of you guys could have that in your chart. I feel like you're having like a glow up, a really intense one. Something about your body is changing. Her boobs are really big here. Okay, your boobs could be getting bigger, Sagittarius. Okay, I don't know. What the hell, Sagittarius? I don't know. Maybe you guys, if you wear wigs or something, you could be going more natural. Or you're changing up your hair, something appearance wise, okay? And you need to release judgment when it comes to how people see you, okay? So I feel like you're afraid of how people will see you or think of you if you do something different. The only holdup is you. You're the only thing that's holding yourself up from receiving quote unquote better or feeling better about yourself. You're the holdup, okay? People are not judging you, by the way. We have judgment reversed. So if you think that people will care as much as you think they would, they don't or they won't, okay? So let's see. What else for Sagittarius? So make that change, okay? Some of you guys are trying to rebrand yourself, okay? I feel like the readings are kind of like, you guys have, for the second half of the zodiac so far, you guys might have like the previous sign in your chart, like Scorpio for you guys. You might have Scorpio in your chart, or you are a Scorpio in Vedic astrology, okay? Let's see. Yeah, picture somebody like really colorful who wears a lot of colors, and now all of a sudden you're wearing all black, black nails, black this, black that, what do they call it? Like dark feminine energy, okay? Some of you guys are going from like a whole different style. Maybe you were very vibrant before, you wore a lot of colors, and now you're like a siren type of energy, okay? So some of you guys are doing something like that, and some of you guys could definitely be going through some sort of like weight loss transformation, or you're just like toning up, okay? Let's see. What else? Ace of Cups, okay? Yeah, you're going to love the changes. And look, this is about you. Temperance. This is about you, Sagittarius. And the Queen of Cups. You're going to love whatever changes that you're making, especially physically. I feel like you're figuratively killing off the old you, okay? You're completely changing, not just look-wise, but you could change like who you are as a person too. There's like an ego death or some sort of internal transformation that's also going to be physical, okay? So I hope that makes sense. Let's get into your oracle portion. Let's see. Oh, I just saw your comment, Pretty Girl Mel. I don't know if you're still in here. I just saw, yes, I've been waiting. All right, let's see. Sagittarius. Sagittarius. Oh, whoa. Okay. Some of you guys, you could be having an interview in the next 48. You're not going to look stupid. I feel like some of y'all really think, oh my God, what are they going to think? You think too much, Sagittarius. You think too much. If people also, if you did go through some sort of glow up or whatever already, people are asking you like, how'd you do it? It's not to clown you, it's literally to ask you how you did it, because they're curious. They like what they see. Okay, how did you do it, Sagittarius? What method did you do? What da da da, it's not to, you might think people are, that's why they still say you got to fix your own insecurities internally, because no matter what you do physically for yourself on the outside, cosmetically, if you still feel insecure, you're going to feel insecure. Even if you look amazing or you got work done or whatever, if you still feel insecure about yourself, you're going to feel that way with the changes that you made. Okay. So somebody could be realizing, like, if especially if you're going through a glow up or whatever, somebody could be realizing, oh, I still feel like shit, or I still feel, like this at the end of the day, even though I now look like this. Does that make sense? Okay, let's see. But yeah, if people are asking you like how you did something, don't feel attacked. Okay, I feel like that's something you gotta start healing from, is feeling like people are, trying to, what do they call it? Be shady toward you, when they're asking a genuine question. Okay. Look, reading up, people like what they see. They want to learn more about you. They want to gain insight, quite literally. Yeah, about whatever it is that you're doing for yourself. It's not to make you feel like weird or whatever. Okay, so let's see. Okay, somebody could be in the streets, Sagittarius. I don't know. um, let's see. What's this about? Mm-mm. I feel like somebody has a. Oh, I didn't see this card here. Yeah, social media, internal state. Yep. Finding spiritual release. Okay, man or woman? Take it how it resonates. Sagittarius placements. I don't care if you came from a hood lifestyle and now you're this businessman, businesswoman. You made that change. That's okay. That's completely fine. Okay, so, and if people from like, if you come from a quote unquote lower class type of environment, whatever you want to call it, and now you got money, now you wear suits and stuff to work, you don't run the streets anymore, whatever it is, people are wanting to know how you did it because they're curious. They're not trying to clown you. Okay, this could be like people from your hometown or something, or old friends or whatever. If they're asking about it, if they're checking up on your social media, it's because they're like, damn, the Sagittarius has changed a lot, or they're thinking about maybe how you used to be. Maybe you did run the streets, man or woman, you could have lived a whole different type of lifestyle. And now you're like this professional person, businesswoman, businessman, you know, and people are like, holy shit. And yeah, they are checking your social media. Okay. They are looking, but it's in awe, it's in out of admiration. Okay. They're not trying to clown you. We literally have clown reversed. Okay. So just keep that in mind. Don't be ashamed of who you are now. Okay. Famous people all the time, they come from crazy ass situations, and you would have never known if they didn't open up about it, so you never know someone's story. Maybe some of you guys are going to be telling your story or thinking about how far you've come. Okay. Or that could be a future prediction for you too, Sagittarius. One day you're going to look back and be like, holy shit, I used to be this. I used to, have this problem, this, da, da, da. And look at me now. You know, look how far I've come. Look, jackpot, you got money now. Or you're about to, or whenever this plays out. This could, like I said, it could be a future prediction. Okay. Some of you guys might want to go do a scratchy lottery, okay? Something like that. You could be gambling in the next 48, you could win something. I'm not saying go spend all your money, okay? But you might win something. Play responsibly. Okay? But you're getting some type of success, money, or you will be. Okay? And don't be ashamed of your past, okay? Something that is a lot of people like to hear is where you came from, how you made it out the mud, stuff like that. So let's get a couple more. Let's see. Some of you guys are trying to escape your old life. Oh, that's crazy. When I split the deck a second ago, I just saw there it is. I saw the place of reminiscence. Okay. This is like where you came from, how far you've come. Okay. Something like that. Thinking about your past, where your past people, looking at you now. They're proud of you. And I feel like you're going to be guarded. You're thinking that they're up to something, okay? And look, home, okay? Some of you guys could be going home. If you did move away from home or something like that, you have nothing to be worried about, Sagittarius. I don't know if you're reconnecting with old friends, old people, your hometown friends or whatever, or if you're just doing something. It's not an attack. I just want you to know that. I don't know if you could be running into somebody from your past and you're completely different. It's okay. Somebody's not having ill intent towards you, okay? So relax. All right, let's go to Capricorn. Capricorn, we're almost done. We got Capricorn, Aquarius, and then Pisces. All right, and then I'll go through and leave timestamps afterward so you guys can go back and watch, okay? So let's go to Capricorn. Let's see. Okay. I just heard Tootsie Roll. Okay, Tootsie Roll. Somebody could be eating Tootsie Rolls, Capricorn, or you could be eating candy or some sort of chocolate, okay? Let's see. Whoa. All right, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. What's going on for Capricorn for the next 48 hours? Six of Swords, okay? You guys could be moving on from something. I'm seeing this, I don't remember what game it was when I used to play as a kid, but some of y'all could be playing like old video games or something like that, okay? I don't remember what the game was. It might have been like Snow White DVD. No, it was like a cassette tape, I think. I don't know. But on the Snow White, that was my favorite princess growing up besides Cinderella, but it's really Snow White. Anyways, there was like this game at the end of the movie, that you could like play with the remote and whatnot. So I don't know, somebody could be watching old movies, old Disney movies, Capricorn, or you're playing some sort of game, but it's like nostalgic to you, okay? Something about that. Let's see. What's going on for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus? Whoa. The Eight of Swords and the Death card, okay? Some of you guys are really in your head about the end of something. Some of you guys could be watching that Jim Carrey, The Mask or whatever. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, that's from like when we were younger. Some of y'all are watching like old shows or something like that. What's the Seven of Wands here for Capricorn? Yeah, you want to reconnect with your inner child, and I completely support that. Especially if you don't typically deal with. Yeah, we're on Capricorn. I know you got childhood trauma. Okay, Capricorn placements. I know you do. Especially Capricorn moons. Okay, so some of you guys could be. Maybe you do want to snuggle up in your favorite blanket, put on old Disney movies or old kid shows that you used to watch. Okay, and be a big kid. Okay, I was about to say be a little kid, but be a big kid. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. You can be an adult and still reminisce on your childhood, or maybe a childhood that you didn't even get. Okay, for some of you guys had a very strenuous childhood. Okay, and the Seven of Wands here, you see how she is like clinging onto his leg. She's a grown woman now, but some of you guys have like, maybe when you were growing up, you had to like, you were trying to get attention from your parents, right? And they were always like dealing with something outside of you, and they were like, no. And you're like, Mom. Like, that's kind of fucked up and sad, but I feel like some of you guys definitely could relate to that. Trying to get like attention or validation from your parents growing up, and they just couldn't give it to you for whatever reason, or they were always dealing with other stuff. And they kind of like made you a part of their difficulties, okay? Like you had to grow up fast, okay? Like you were born into chaos, okay? Something like that. So you could be thinking about childhood traumas, things like that, in the next 48 hours, Capricorn, okay? It's okay to reflect, especially if you try not to think about certain things, okay? Let's see. Three of Swords, yeah. You're hurt, okay? Somebody's hurt, or Capricorn placements, you might be hurt or still hurting about something that you are trying to move on from, Six of Swords, but it still lingers in your mind, okay? This could also be like a childhood death that you experienced, okay? So whether it was like a childhood friend or parent, family member, somebody could have lost their parent or someone very significant to them when you were very young, and that still like really weighs on you, okay? Even if it's like a, you know how when you have parents who they're there, but they're not there. They're emotionally just, you never had a real parent to parent you, you know? Even if your parents were actively in the house and whatnot, daily life, whatever, you didn't have an emotional support system, is what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm getting here. And some of you guys are, maybe some of you guys are realizing, oh, maybe I do still have certain things to work on or heal from, because of the way I grew up. I feel like something like that is going on. Some of you guys could be in therapy or be thinking about therapy in the next 48 hours, okay? Um, there's nothing wrong with going to therapy. People go there for any type of reason. It doesn't mean you have something wrong with you, you know. And I'll just say this: since I was 3.5 years old, because I'm adopted, I've been through hell and back every day. Life is finally getting good, but you know, I've been in therapy since I was 3 years old, 3.5 years old. So there's nothing wrong with going to therapy. It doesn't mean that something's necessarily wrong with you. You can go there to talk about how your day went, you know. So just keep that in mind. If some of you guys are like, no, no, I don't want to go to a therapist. I don't want, them to think something's wrong with me. Maybe try it. Okay. You never know. Some of you guys can't even trust the people around you. Okay. So maybe a therapist would be beneficial for you. Okay. So let's see. Nine of Cups. King of Wands. Some of you guys are trying to, like take control of your emotions, but you may have an emotional outpour in the next 48, okay, Capricorn placements. And that's okay. Sometimes you need to let loose. Sometimes you need a rage room, okay? Some of you guys could be going to one of those in the next 48 hours, or you should, okay? I know y'all don't want to hear about, real shit, but somebody may need to hear it, okay? So let's see. What else is going on for Capricorns? And I did notice that, like, whenever I do a Capricorn reading, it's usually either about work or, like, trauma. Yeah. Something about you guys, I know. That's why I said at the beginning, Capricorns, I know you got childhood trauma or trauma in general. I know you do. Okay. Let's see. And I feel for you. You have the Hierophant. Yeah, this is about, like, family, tradition, something that was supposed to be stable, but it wasn't. Okay. Ten of Swords. It lingers. Okay. Look at all the swords we got here. 3 of Swords, 8 of Swords, 6 of Swords, 10 of Swords. That's pain. That's pain, Capricorn. Okay. That's pain. And the 5 of Wands. It's been very difficult for you to process. I feel like in the next 48, you're finally starting to process what you've been through. Okay. And that's good. So I support it, and you should do that. Okay. Let's go to your oracle portion. Let's see. Give me a second. Keep in mind, if you want a personal reading, make sure to email me. Check my bio for prices and information. All right. All right. All right. What else is going on for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for the next 48? Bad karma. Cock blocking. Somebody could be trying to cock block you, okay? Yes. Oh my God. This is about, like, your childhood traumas or children, or when you were a child. Somebody can be getting bad karma for how they treated you growing up too, even if it's not like a family member. It could be a love interest, it could be, you know, a friend, somebody who purposely neglected you, your emotions, things like that, okay? And make sure not to neglect yourself, Capricorn placements, okay? Um, Especially, you should be an adult on my channel, right? But you can take care of yourself now. I know, that being said, you probably have already taken care of yourself growing up, but I mean, like, you can have freedom, you can have less restriction. You don't have to, how do I say that? You don't have to place certain rules that don't apply to you anymore on yourself, okay? You can do something for yourself now, Capricorn. Some of you guys may still have like a trauma where you're like, okay, well, I can't have fun, you know, I can't have fun, even though you can. Some of you guys may feel like guilty for having fun or for indulging in something that makes you happy. And that, I feel like, stems from childhood. Or if it's not childhood, it could be, excuse me, it could be, you know, a past lover or someone who made you feel like you didn't deserve something when you did. Okay, so let's get one more. So we got to finish this up. Yeah, spotlight self-actualization. Reject imposter syndrome. Don't strive for perfection. Okay, so that kind of explains what I just said too. Let's go to Aquarius. Capricorn, your reading was deep. Okay, sometimes it gets like that, and that's okay. Let's see. We're almost done. Aquarius. Let me know if you guys like this video, okay? In the comments afterward. Feel free to comment. I like when you guys give feedback, but not when you guys say some... It's not all of you. It's just a few people that, you know, it's like, why did you even say that? Okay? Aquarius, you could be wondering, why did you even say that? You know, or why would you... Like, that was unnecessary. You could feel like something's unnecessary in the next 48, okay? Yeah, we have the Four of Wands, okay? Some of y'all could be chilling in the house, having a good time, or just relaxing in the house, okay? Sitting on money or trying to save your money, okay? Especially if you just got paid. Let's see. Aquarius, I feel like in the next 48, you already know the truth. You already know what it is. You already know what happened, okay? Especially if you're in a relationship or if you were dealing with somebody on a romantic level, I feel like you already know. Your intuition is correct, is what I'm saying, okay? You could be dealing with a Pisces or a Taurus. The Nine of Swords and the Ten of Pentacles reversed, okay? So, Aquarius, if you are not in a relationship, but you're still dealing with somebody that you were in a relationship with, your intuition is on point. I do not feel like you're overthinking, but I don't know, maybe you need some sort of confirmation about something, okay? This could be about someone at someone at a distance with the World card here. You could be worried about what somebody's doing because they're being distant in the next 48, okay? In the Judgment. Somebody either could feel judged by you or you feel judged by somebody, okay? Somebody that you have love for. And you're codependent on somebody that either judged you or, like I said, it could be flipped. Maybe you judged this person, but they're still codependent on you. Or you're codependent on this person. It could be on both sides. Because you know how I just mentioned somebody being broken up, but then still like entertaining their ex or something, okay? Something like that could be going on. Page of Cups, Emperor. Yeah, Two of Cups came out reversed in the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. So what once was a very lighthearted, fun, mutual connection has turned into something painful, okay? And it's giving you anxiety in the next 48, okay? Yeah, something didn't work out. Six of Wands reversed. Something just didn't work out. I'm hearing it was supposed to, but it didn't. Okay, so what's going on for Aquarius? Page of Swords. You could be debating on whether to communicate with somebody or not, okay? About how you feel. I feel like over time, or at least in the next 48, you might actually start to be, like you could go from, excuse me, I'm losing my voice. You could go from being very anxious about something or somebody to being like, all right, I'm detached, which is so Aquarius, okay? So what may worry you in the moment, you're going to like rationalize your thoughts, or you're going to, you know, I'm hearing like by the end of the literal next 48, you're going to be okay. Or you're going to like detach from the idea of something working out. Like it sucks now, you're worried about it now, you're stressing out about it now, but in like a couple days you'll be like, oh, okay, yeah, it is what it is. So yeah, Aquarius energy. The way you detach is fairly quick, more quick than others. Okay. So it's not that you didn't care, or it's not that you don't care. It's the fact that, you know, you're not going to, or you don't want to sit around and stress about somebody or a certain situation that just is putting you in a bad place. Okay. So let's see. And the Moon at the bottom of the deck. Okay. So regardless of if someone is hiding something from you, I feel like you're gonna, I don't know, some of y'all could spark up, you know, you could have a drink, you'd be like, all right, I'm gonna be cool. It's what it is, you know. It's pictures like you guys, I know Aquarius goes 0 to 100 real quick. Okay. At least that's what I've seen from Aquarius. Y'all are super chill and you're like, yeah, da, 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 and then you're like beating somebody's ass, you know. But then after that, you're like, all right, you want to go to the next bar? Okay, so that's the energy I'm getting. Whatever's worrying you now, Aquarius, you'll be fine in the next 48. Okay. Um, don't I don't know. Don't stress out too much, because you'll be fine in a couple days. I don't know. Y'all could be a little bit dramatic. Okay. I mean, you feel how you feel, but you'll be fine. Okay. I see you like rationalizing how you feel or processing all the emotions in like a span of a couple days, and then you're like, oh, that situation, oh yeah, that did suck, you know, but it's okay. Okay, so I don't know, that I feel like some of you guys are being like that in the next 48. Okay, Pisces, we're on Pisces, last sign. We made it. Okay, let's see. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Pisces. All right, 1 second. All right, what's going on for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus? Somebody could be cross-eyed, okay? Somebody could be need their glasses, okay? I don't know, somebody, that sounds mean, but I am saying somebody may, you know how people's eyes get like, you know, when they're not wearing their glasses, okay? Put on your glasses, or someone needs to put on their glasses, okay? In the next 48, Pisces. Some of you guys could be dealing with a Cancer or an air sign or a Capricorn, okay? I also feel like Pisces, either you or somebody around you is failing to see their own toxic ways, and that could be why you're moving on, or that's why they're moving on from you. Okay, so flip it how you need to. We have the Three of Pentacles reversed, okay? So something is not working out in your favor, or to whoever you're dealing with, someone's not taking accountability for why they're being left, okay? Or why something didn't work or isn't working, okay? You know those people who like talk you in circles and they're like, I don't even know. I don't even want to use an example because that will give me a headache. Um, Air sign energy. You could be dealing with an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but stay away from people who try to talk you in circles, okay? They won't give you a direct answer, but they will still communicate with you, all while never getting anywhere in the conversation. Nowhere significant, okay? If you know, you know. Let's see. Like someone's being very passive with you. It could be a Cancer. Look, the Chariot and the Moon came out. Cancers, I fuck with some of y'all, but y'all are passive aggressive. Cancer placements, so, you know, Five of Wands. There could be an argument. I feel like there could be an argument because someone's not taking accountability. Okay. Nine of Swords. Someone's tired of worrying about like what somebody's doing, what somebody means, okay? And I don't know if this is you, Pisces, if you have air in your chart or not, but whoever is the one trying to talk somebody in circles, that whoever you're doing that to, they're losing respect for you. Or vice versa. You're losing respect for somebody who cannot keep it real, keep it 100, okay? That's what's happening here. And it's making somebody very standoffish to the other person. Picture you saying, I'm trying to think of an example, okay? Picture if I said, hey, Pisces, are you coming over today? Or picture if you asked me, hey, Celeste, are you coming over today? And I said, well, I have to go to the store and, I got to go take my car in and, I got to go to the bank and, I kind of want to take a drive later and stuff. So, yeah. And then you're like, so are you coming over? Yes or no? And then I go, yeah, like I just want to get that stuff done, before I like do much else, so like someone's annoying. Like someone talks like that. Like they're not giving you a direct answer, but they're still entertaining. Like if you don't say yes or no to this person, they're going to keep just talking. Okay? This is somebody who they're like skill is to talk people in circles if you don't catch it. If you're someone who's unaware of how they think and how they speak, you have to like ask very specific questions with this type of person, Pisces, in order to get like a very specific answer. So I don't know, something like that. I know that's very frustrating to deal with, but I feel like someone around you could definitely be trying to, I don't know if they're trying to piss you off or not, but it's making you lose respect for them because they're never giving you a straight answer. Stay away from people like that, okay? Someone's in their low vibrational devil energy, okay? And if you're doing this, Pisces, I hope not, but I don't see that. I see someone else doing this to you, okay? Stay away from people like that. Watch for your sun, moon, rising, Venus, okay? Let's go to your oracle portion, and then we'll wrap it up. Because at the beginning of your reading, I heard like, nigga, we made it, okay? So in conversation, you could be like, finally, like you gave me a straight answer. Like, why did it take you 10 minutes to say that? Like, yes or no? Like, are you coming over today? Yes or no? But somebody wants to beat around the bush forever, you know? So that's what I'm saying. Whoever you're dealing with, if you choose to keep dealing with them, I hope not, because I feel like you're building resentment for this person and how they are. Just ask them yes or no, because if you don't, they're going to talk you in circles. Okay, so let's see what else is going on for Pisces, sun, moon, rising, Venus for the next 48. Awakening. Okay, You could be, yeah, you could be just corporate, okay, traveling. Some of you guys could be traveling quite literally in the next 48, but I feel like you're finally realizing somebody's just not a real friend or a good family member, okay? Somebody is not somebody that you want to be around, and that could be a realization you have or an epiphany or something, whatever you want to call it, in the next 48. You could have fun with this person, but when it comes to actual conversations and things like that, it's very difficult. It's like pulling teeth, okay? And it's funny that it came out, but I recently had a conversation with somebody and I was like, hello, can you just give a yes or no answer? Like, what are you talking about? Why do you feel the need to be like weird? I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? So your patience may run thin, Pisces placements with somebody, especially if they're not giving you a direct answer. Okay. Especially if it has anything to do with travel. Maybe you're dealing with a Libra or someone who has Libra placements. And somebody's like, hey, if you ask somebody, hey, are you coming on this trip with us? Can you make it? Just ask yes or no. Otherwise, you're going to be in for some bullshit, okay? Let's see. Clout hungry. Says anything, does anything, makes shit up. Dramatic. Someone, yeah, Pisces, you could be dealing with another Pisces placement, okay? Just saying. Somebody may not be as like developed as you or healed as you. So the way they act is of a low vibrational person, okay? Even if you guys are the same sign, there's levels to signs. There's, deacons and things like that. So um somebody also could be a low vibrational version of your sign if you are dealing with the same sign as you, okay? So watch for your placements and things like that. But just because someone's a Scorpio and you meet another Scorpio or you're hanging out with another person of your same sign doesn't mean you're going to act the same, okay? That's not always the case. You can have similar traits, but if you're like, oh my God, I'm a Virgo and she's a Virgo, one of the Virgos is not like the other, okay? um, Someone needs to understand that. I don't know if you're studying astrology or something, or if you're meeting somebody with the same sign, and then you're going to realize, oh my God, you're not a good person, or you don't act like a Pisces. I feel like somebody's meeting somebody of the same sign or something like that, and you need to understand that that's not how that works. You got to look at the birth chart, okay? Um, because you could be a very grounded Pisces with a lot of earth in your chart, right? And you could be meeting another Pisces sun who has a lot of air in their chart. They're going to act differently, especially with how they interact with people and communicate, than maybe you, who might have like more earth in your chart and stuff like that, okay? You also have to apply environmental factors and how they grew up and stuff like that into astrology. That's the smart way to do it, okay? That's what I do. Um, but yeah, somebody is not as developed as you, and you may be realizing, oh, don't argue with people that are not on your level of intelligence, Pisces. Y'all are very smart. I know you are, but you can be a little bit delusional sometimes, and that's what holds you back in life, okay? But don't argue with people, or don't try not to start connections with people that you clearly know are just not mentally where you are, because you'll never get anywhere in that situation with them. Does that make sense? Okay. So let's pull one more and then we're going to wrap it up. Yeah, you may be saying goodbye. Look, spiritually woke, confirmation. Look, you're like, sorry, I gotta go. Okay, you could also be, some of you guys might be, side note, you could also be visiting somebody's grave site, okay? Or be thinking about somebody who passed away. But look, spiritually woke. Somebody's not on your level, Pisces, and that's okay. But stop trying to get them to understand where you're coming from. They're not gonna get it, okay? I'm hearing brainwashed, okay? Someone's like not mentally on your level, so stop trying, okay? Don't argue with people that are not on your level of intelligence. You will get nowhere, okay? So that is what I got for you guys. And it's not to say, Pisces, that You can't have fun with this person, but when it comes to real shit and real conversations, you can't talk to them. Okay? Or you're going to be frustrated the entire time. Okay? So, that is what I got for you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm losing my voice now, so it's about time I get off here. Make sure to like the video, subscribe if you have not already, and if you want a personal, check my bio. They're available anytime. But thank you guys, and I will see y'all tomorrow. I may do a cash up live tonight on TikTok, but probably not. I don't know. Okay. But you guys have a good one. Thank you. Bye.